Hello everyone, this is Shweta. This is my fourth lecture. Today I'll be taking one simple topic, that is diodes and circuits. Here is a brief outline of what I'll be covering today. The first topic will be general purpose diode. Second will be depletion layer in diode. Third topic will be reverse bias PN junction. Fourth topic will be diode characteristics. In this we have three types. One is voltage current characteristics. Second one is logarithmic characteristics. Final one is piecewise linear characteristics. Now we shall take up the first one, that is general purpose diode. This is the simple diagram of general purpose diode. Here I have given two different diagrams. This one is figure A, this is figure B. Figure A is before recombination, figure B is after recombination. So what is before recombination and after recombination here represents? We have a simple general purpose diode which has two sides, that is P side and N side. P side is full of positive charges and N side is full of negative charges. And here the W1 represents the width. Here the dash line, here the gap which is visible here, this can be termed as depletion region. So with respect to depletion region, I am representing this depletion region as W1. I will be explaining the different abbreviations we have used here and the symbols we have used here. First I will take up with this small negative charge along with a circle. This represents electrons and simple negative charge represents negative bound charge, and positive symbol along with the circle represents hole. Only positive charge represents positive bound charge, and here the V0 represents potential barrier, that is voltage, and Wn represents, here we can see Wn, it represents the width of depletion layer, that is which is present on N side. Wp represents width of depletion region on P side, and the capital W which we have represented here, W or W1, represents total width of depletion layer, D layer. This termed as depletion layer. And here how this process will take place. We can see the junction here. This is the junction region. It is visible here. Here we can observe the junction region. What happened here is the holes from P side, that is positive side, jumps to N side and they recombine with the electrons leaving behind the positive charges. Similarly, the electrons which is present here in the N side will jump to P side leaving behind the negative charges on P side. This is the simple process which is happening here. So what happened next is this region is termed as depletion region. We can term this region as depletion region, and this is also termed as space charge region. The depletion region has a positive bound charge on N side and has negative bound charge on P side. Here the depletion region width is of 0.5 micrometer. For which diode? For general purpose diode. This is very important. So next, as I told before, this V0 represents the potential barrier. So we have to write one simple equation for this potential barrier. This potential barrier is represented by V0. How can we represent it? The potential barrier will be representing it with respect to temperature. So we are representing it here as Vt into logarithmic function of Na into Nd, that is concentration of acceptor ions into concentration of donor ions divided by intrinsic concentration square. This can be written as Kt by Q into Ln of Na into Nd divided by Ni square, where Ni represents intrinsic concentration. Na concentration of acceptor ions. Nd represents concentration of donor ions. This is a simple equation for potential barrier. Next we will be moving on to the topic depletion region. What exactly the depletion layer is? This can be called as depletion layer or depletion region. The depletion region means the total charge. We all know what is depletion region. I have explained you before. This is depletion region. So coming back here, the total charge in the depletion region which is on N side must be equal to the total charge on P side. How can we represent this? Charge is always represented with respect to Q. So we are equating here both N side and P side. So we are representing it in magnitude, that is Qn is equal to Qp. Why? Because this is with respect to charge, total charge. So Qn is the charge in the depletion region of N side. This Qp is the charge in the depletion region of P side. How can we write that together? There are two cases in order to explain the depletion layer. What are the two cases? First case, when the concentration of donor ions is greater than the concentration of acceptor ions, we will be writing the equation as Wp, that is width of the positive junction. So Nd divided by Na plus Nd into width. This is for P region, case 1. For case 2, it is for acceptor region, when acceptor region is greater than donor region. So how can we write? This is with respect to N type, that is Na divided by Na plus Nt into W. We all know that donor type is for N type materials, acceptor is for P type. While writing the equations, we have to write this donor concentration with respect to Wp. Why with respect to Wp? Because donor concentration is greater than acceptor concentration. So here we are considering the acceptor concentration. This acceptor concentration tends to P side, which is less here. This acceptor type is less. Since acceptor ions are less, we are writing the equation for acceptor ions. How can we write the two? Now, how can we write the equation combining these two types, that is N type and P type? This is the total width equation. Total width of depletion layer equation. We will be considering this as W. This W represents Wp plus Wn, that is N side and P side. So this W is equal to square root of 2 into epsilon divided by Q This is epsilon is the permittivity of free space 1 divided by Na, that is concentration of acceptor ions, concentration of donor ions, 1 by D into Vj. What does this Vj represents? Net voltage across the junction. We have to consider the net voltage across the junction also. So for reverse biasing the junction, we have to consider this symbol, that is VR. VR represents reverse bias junction. VF represents forward bias junction. This is reverse bias junction, this is forward bias junction. Next we'll be moving with some important points regarding this depletion region. What are the important points? That is, width of the depletion layer increases. When it increases along with the reverse biasing voltage. How does it increase? Whenever the forward bias voltage is increased, the reverse bias voltage of the depletion region decreases. So this is with respect to the concentration also. Whenever there is an increase in the concentration of the impurities, the donor impurities which we are adding to the diode, the impurities and all I have explained in previous class, the concentration of the impurities also decreases along with the depletion region. So we can write this as first case, width of the depletion region increases with reverse biasing and it reduces with the forward biasing. And second case is increasing the concentration of impurities, the width of the depletion region decreases. First one is respect to biasing. Second one is with respect to adding the impurities. Both are two different cases. And here is the continuation of those important points. First one is reverse saturation current of diode, which is represented as ISAT. It is independent of biasing voltage. Means the diode which will be working, it is independent of the biasing voltage. Second one is the reverse saturation current is the function of minority carrier concentration. Minority concentration here represents the negative charge, that is of electrons. Next, and this reverse saturation current increases with a increase in temperature. How does it increase? This reverse saturation current is represented as ISAT, which is in term related to intrinsic concentration and it is directly proportional to temperature T to the power of 3 by 2. This reverse saturation current also increases with the temperature. Next, fourth point is the reverse saturation current doubles for every 10 degree rise in the temperature. This 10 degree rise in the temperature happens in two materials. Which type of two materials? Silicon and germanium. These two materials of diodes, means the diodes which is made up of silicon and germanium. In these material we can find the 10 degree rise in the temperature for saturation current. Next, we have the equation for saturation current. IOT is equal to IOT1, that is saturation current with respect to diode 1, 2 to the power of T minus T1, since it is directly proportional to the temperature, divided by 10. These are all the features of diode, general purpose diode, that is reverse saturation current. I have explained the concept of reverse saturation current in previous classes. We have to observe how the voltage drop across the junction acts as a function of temperature. That is, here we explain how the rise in the temperature happens for silicon and germanium diodes. Now, How does the voltage drop occurs across a diode as a function of temperature? So when the variation of the voltage drop across a diode acts as a function of temperature, what exactly happens is when the temperature of the diode is increased, the electron hole pair starts generating in a very large quantity. So when this generates in a large quantity, there is a reduction of resistance in the diode. Since there is a reduction of the diode resistance is present, the voltage drop across the diode is also reduced. These all happens in forward biased condition only. So how can we explain this as, so the voltage drop which is happening across the diode reduces with increase in the temperature, and here the rate of the change of the voltage function can be given by the equation. Since it is changing voltage, we can represent this as del Vd divided by del T, that is voltage, diode voltage with respect to the temperature is always negative, that is minus 2.5 millivolt per degree centigrade. This is for both silicon and germanium diodes. This is about the voltage variation as a function of temperature. Next topic is reverse biased PN junction. As the name indicates here, the positive terminal of the voltage is not connected to the positive terminal of the diode. How can we represent this as circuit? Here it is the resistance and this is the diode. This is negative charge, this is positive charge. This is supply voltage Vs, this is diode voltage Vd, plus minus, and the current which is flowing through the diode is represented as small id. This is supply voltage. Under the reverse bias condition, what happens is the supply voltage will be equal to diode voltage. Since it is reverse bias condition, we are representing this diode voltage with negative sign. Next we are going up with this graph. How does the diode voltage varies with the diode current? It exponentially decreases. We can see here this is V nu and it cuts here. This is diode voltage. Since it is a reverse bias junction, we can make out this as I naught. We can represent this with respect to equation. How can we represent this with equation? ID, that is diode current, will be equal to minus I naught e to the power of minus Vs, that is supply voltage, divided by eta Vt minus 1. Here we can represent this as minus Vs as reverse biasing voltage which is occurring across diode. And how can we write the equation? Rearranging this equation, id is equals to I naught minus I naught into, just multiply these two, I naught into e to the power of minus Vs divided by n into Vt. We can approximate this I naught as I naught divided by e to the power of Vs divided by n Vt. So finally, ignoring the denominator, id can be approximated as I naught. Means the current through the diode in the reverse bias condition is equal to the saturation current, which is independent of reverse biasing voltage. Since this is independent of reverse biasing voltage, we can ignore the denominator. Though it is independent of the reverse biasing voltage, it doubles for 10 degree, every 10 degree rise in temperature. I am speaking with respect to silicon and germanium diodes. And what happens here is, whenever the reverse biasing voltage crosses the critical value, there is a generation of large number of electron hole pairs. So this give rise to one breakdown called Zener breakdown. This can be also termed as the breakdown of junction. Since there is a breakdown of junction, it is termed as Zener breakdown. What leads to the breakdown of junction? Generation of excess of holes and electrons. So, whenever there is a breakdown of junction, there is a flow of large current in the diode. In order to avoid the short circuit condition, the breakdown condition behaves like an open circuit. When does it act as open circuit means? It acts as open circuit in reverse bias condition. It acts as closed circuit in forward bias condition. And the resistance of the diode here, which I explained, the resistance of the diode will be in terms of mega ohms. Resistance of diode will be in mega ohms. This is about the reverse p-n junction. The Zener breakdown concept is important. Just there is a simple concept involved in reverse bias junction. Next we will be moving on to diode characteristics. As I told in the beginning, there are three types of characteristics. One is voltage current characteristics, another one is logarithmic characteristics, third one is piecewise linear characteristics. We shall take up one by one. First I will be moving on to VI characteristics. What exactly this VI characteristics? This VI characteristics or V gamma can be represented as cut-in voltage or threshold voltage or knee voltage. It has three names: cut-in voltage, threshold voltage or knee voltage. How do we represent this cut-in voltage, knee voltage or threshold voltage? This is same decreasing exponential graph which I explained for reverse bias PN junction. That is exponentially decreasing graph. This is Zener voltage, this is ID, that is diode current, this is I0 and cut-in voltage. Here comes the cut-in voltage. This is VD. And how can we represent this? Cut-in voltage is represented as V gamma, that is 0.2 voltage for germanium, 0.6 voltage for silicon. Cut-in voltage for germanium is lesser than silicon. Next, this is of VI characteristics, that is voltage and current characteristics. Second one is logarithmic characteristic. How can we represent this logarithmic character is like this: voltage versus current. Since this is logarithmic, we are representing this as ln into id, that is logarithmic of diode current. So this is V, that is voltage. This is exponentially increasing graph, that is 1 divided by eta into VR. This is resistance. Logarithmic I0 and logarithmic ID. We are taking logarithmic on the both the sides, for current as well as for voltage. So this logarithmic characteristics of the diode, it has a linear characteristics. It is applicable for small signal analysis of the diode. Small signal analysis concept will be explained in the small signal model analysis. means detecting the very small signals in the system or in the circuits. And the reverse saturation current for this logarithmic characteristics diode is of microamps, and this is with respect to germanium. For germanium it has microamps reverse saturation current, and for silicon it has nanoamps. This is important. Next concept is of piecewise characteristics. Piecewise characteristics is represented through a graph, that is increasing graph VR, that is diode voltage. Since we have considered the reverse bias junction, we are taking this as VR. This is diode voltage and this is diode current. Piecewise linear characteristics, this is applicable for large signal. Logarithmic was applicable for small signal analysis. For small signal analysis here, the VI characteristics of the diode is almost linear. Here we can see it is almost linear, and as a result, since it is linear, it is termed with the word piecewise. So it is gradually increasing. The inverse of this linear characteristic slopes can be termed as forward resistance. How can we write the equation for this piecewise linear characteristics is RF, means it can be also termed as forward resistance. RF is equal to D, that is changing, D into VD divided by D into ID. The voltage and current will be changing. Why it will be changing? Since this will be gradually increasing, there is a change in voltage and current. For VD, that is diode voltage, which is greater than V, means this V means supply voltage. Final result will be, since this is changing, we can term this as infinite. For VD less than VR. For diode voltage which is greater than supply voltage, we can apply this D into VD divided by D into ID, that is changing one. Whenever the voltage of the diode is lesser than the diode resistance, it is termed as infinite. This is with respect to the piecewise linear characteristics. These are the three major important characteristics of the reverse bias PN junction. That is, first one is VI characteristics, second one is logarithmic characteristics, third one is piecewise linear characteristics. If you like my channel, please do like, subscribe and share. Thank you.